Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. To get ourselves a treat.
You can hear this.
Smashing that burger?
Baby.
Ooh, it's so good. Just checking that game. Ooh, what burger is it? What are you eating?
Just a shitty cheeseburger from McDonald's.
Hey, no cheeseburger from McDonald's is shitty.
Leave no cheeseburger behind.
That's right, dude. I should get a shirt with that on it. Speaking of shirt, you like my shirt?
I do like your shirt.
That's
it's
right.
Beautiful.
I know, it's a Jaws shirt for those listening, but here's the crazy part, T-Kettle, something you don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's a woman's shirt.
Oh, dude, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right? You can't tell, right? It's a little short in the sleeves,
brings
but...
out your chestal section.
Thank you.
That's really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I went in there and I was like, that's a dope shirt. And they're like, that's a woman's shirt. And I'm like, give me the biggest size you have. I mean, I bought this shirt like years ago. I just never wear it. I have so many shirts I need to wear.
You got a lot of movie shirts?
I actually do, yeah. You ever like not wear a shirt for a long time, and then you put it on and it kind of feels like dusty, and you got like that.
I mean, you're washing
skin.
it beforehand, right?
I didn't wash this. No.
That's probably why.
That's pretty. Oh yeah, 100%. So I feel the dust on my skin right now, so it's not that great. But anyway, so let's start with some sad news. You want to? Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll turn into positive news.
Okay.
Did you hear about John Singleton?
Actually, I didn't.
Yeah, he had a stroke.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You know, he's the director of like Boys in the Hood and like a couple other films. That's obviously what he's best known for.
Yeah.
He's done. What else has he done? I know he's done a couple other things I've seen. But yeah, man.
He had a stroke. Is he like in the hospital or something?
I actually don't really know the details, but I know he had a stroke, and yeah, he's probably in the hospital. Yeah, he's hospitalized. So.
Oh man, I hope he
pulls through because because
I'm tired of the sad news.
Yeah, I know.
I hate it.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I like to wake up and hear like, oh, I don't know what good news even sounds like anymore.
Right. I know, right?
Like.
It's like, yeah, you can't even do it. Can't even
give an example.
Okay, so just to I forgot he directed these films, but just to give off a couple things he's directed: Boys in the Hood, obviously. You know, Higher Learning, Shaft from 2000.
There you go.
Too Fast, Too Furious, and Four Brothers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's directed some good stuff.
Yeah, some things that really resonate with my childhood.
Yes, exactly. We hungry.
We hung. I love that scene.
Yeah.
I actually do enjoy that movie.
Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people might think it's like the worst out of all of them, but
they haven't seen Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. Exactly. You know the irony though, a lot of people that's their favorite. Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't get it. There's not enough drifting in that movie.
Right. Number 5 is the all-time for me. That's the what is it? What's it called? The Mecca? Is that the best one? Or something? Mega? I don't even know what.
I haven't even seen 5, so I need to get to it.
It's so good. I was saying, like, I don't know these kids' terminology anymore.
Alright, I'm sorry for eating on the podcast.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So, we're praying for you, John Singleton.
Absolutely.
Pull through. Alright, here's the thing, T-Kettle. So, Endgame comes out in 2 days. Mm-hmm. And I have been taking a lot of precautions not to get spoiled. So, I've logged off of my social medias, and I do not check the movie news websites. I haven't checked the movie news websites in a week.
So we don't have a lot of news.
And or even probably trailers, because there's probably more trailers that were released, but I just didn't even, because that's where I find the trailers too. It's like, this trailer was released. I'm like, nope, I'm not even going to go on these websites. I'm not even going to risk it.
That's fine.
So, keep that in mind. So it's not that I'm slacking. It's just that I don't want to get spoiled.
It's intentional.
Oh yeah, 100%. But let's talk about something that was revealed.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I do the cha-cha like a sissy girl.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
News might just be something I love.
Back to you, fuckers!
It's kind of about a show more than a movie, but DC Universe streaming service on the verge of being shut down as Swamp Thing ceases production 10 episodes into their 13-episode run.
So they just gave up?
No, I think they got the plug pulled on them. But here's the crazy part. So it was 13 episodes. They filmed 10 of them. And then DC Universe or Warner Bros. Or whoever's in charge was like, nope, pulling the plug, right, on this show. But then they released a trailer for the show, and they're still airing it. So,
are they going to air the last 3 episodes? Because that would be weird. I mean, has that ever happened before?
Like, I don't know.
I know that shows have gotten canceled, but they finished their season.
Right. And apparently, the 3 episodes, they're not going to be airing them. I don't know if the filmmakers are going to wrap it up and try and wrap it up in the 10th episode. I know, though, because DC Universe is kind of like, it's iffy right now, they say this is definitely going to be the only season of the show.
Okay.
Which is crazy. And I think I found a comment on one of these.
Oh, man. Tread carefully.
Well, I found a comment from one dude when the story broke, which kind of sums it up for me. He said, "Who could have possibly imagined that a niche streaming service that rotates its limited content wasn't a viable source of revenue?"
Yeah. I mean...
That's basically sums it up.
The fact of the matter is anything can fail, especially when you see something like MoviePass. I mean, whole thing was just too good to be true, and that's pretty much why it failed. Yeah. It wasn't making nearly enough money, but this is it is very niche.
I think it is niche, and I think that's why Disney knows what they're doing, because they have a Disney streaming service. They don't do just a Marvel streaming service or just Star Wars, because ironically though, those alone would probably have more content than DC. And that still isn't enough to sustain their own streaming service. That's why Disney combined it all into Disney Plus, you know? DC, they're like, no, we're just going to do a DC streaming service. That's not enough content. So now they're trying to like pump out these shows like Titans and Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing and Stargirl as well as getting her own show. And it's like...
They should have had all of those made before they even put out the service.
I think, and I heard this is what they're planning to do, Warner Brothers is creating their own streaming service. They should just, absorb that. They should just absorb the DC universe into the Warner Brothers streaming service.
True.
Because why does DC have its own streaming service? It doesn't make sense. You know?
Yeah, that could be beneficial to Warner Brothers, too.
Yeah, even Marvel, I don't think Marvel has enough movies to really sustain, in total. Like, the MCU was, 23 films, and then maybe all the non-MCU films is, an additional 20, so that's 40 films. That's not even enough. That's nowhere near enough to sustain a whole streaming service. And then you add the shows and the cartoons, that's still not enough to sustain a streaming service.
I'd say you need about 1,500.
Yes, I agree. 1,500 individual kind of...
Yes, because you know that not everybody's going to be interested in all of the same,
Yes.
That same thing. You need diversity.
Exactly. So when you make a niche streaming service about this... It's crazy. That's the same thing. I think CBS is the same way. It's like they're banking off the Twilight Zone, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And I'm just that's not enough.
Well, I actually thought about getting it at one point.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't never get it for it, but I was like, oh man, I want to watch Happy Days, and it's I can only watch it on CBS.
Right.
All Access or whatever. It's called.
I got you. There are other ways to maybe watch.
Yeah.
By using, by buying an account and, Yeah. Quote unquote. So,
Or just having good friends.
Or just having good friends. Just having good friends. So, I mean, that sucks for the people who were working on that show, for sure. It's to just be shut down like that kind of sucks. Mm-hmm. Also sucks for James Wan, because James Wan was producing that show. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. But, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised, though. No,
not at all.
So, yeah.
But hey, it's not completely done yet.
It's not completely done. You never know what can happen. Anything can happen. So,
True.
I got a toothache. It's not good.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Ugh. So, wow. I when I use talk to text to do this stuff, it really f's me up. What a Man Far From Home to be the last film in Phase 3, not Endgame. So, What a Man Far From Home is Spider-Man Far From Home.
What is it though? I actually don't know from that talk to text.
Oh yeah, see it says What a Man Far From Home, because I do the talk to text thing. Mm-hmm. So instead of saying Spider-Man Far From Home, it says What a Man Far From Home. So
Far From Home isn't the last one?
No, it is the last one.
It is?
Yeah, because I thought Endgame was the last film in Phase 3. I know it's kind of like an inconsequential thing because the Marvel phases are just like imaginary lines.
That's super weird, though.
But isn't it weird? I feel End Game. End is in the title.
I know.
It's just so weird to me.
But the reason I think that they're doing that is because they've already stated, or something like this, that after Far From Home, they're taking a year off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just shutting down. They're just, having some time to their families.
I actually didn't hear that, but that could be true. Again, I haven't been
It's just what I heard from the grapevine.
The grapevine, yeah. I mean, I know that. Because they kind of did the same. Because I always thought that the phases should end with the event films. Like in Phase 1, it ended with the Avengers. And then Phase 2, it ended with Ant-Man. But that's a bit different because Ant-Man was. They were trying to make that film, since before Iron Man. Like, they've been trying to make that film for years, and it kind of had a troubled production, so they just kind of had to put it somewhere. So that I kind of understood. But this one, I was like, come on, it's got to be Endgame. It's got to be Endgame. That's got to be the end of Phase 3.
Yeah.
Plus 10 movies in a phase, that's such a nice round number. But now it's like, no, we're making it 11 movies. 11 movie phase. It's like, dang. I know, again, it's such it's like a nitpicky thing, because they're all just imaginary lines.
Yeah, it's like, and this is something that I do. It matters to me though. Is like when you have certain placements for like on an album.
Yeah.
Like if you have like the longest song at the end, like if Purple Rain wasn't the last song off Purple Rain, that would be weird.
Yeah.
It would 100%. Throw me off.
Right? Okay, so yeah, it's not just me. It's like it's strange. It's definitely a strange choice. To do that.
Yeah, for sure.
It
like, matters.
That's gonna be like the last film to show like the culmination of.
Yeah, you have to look at it like a book.
Yes,
it's gotta be the final chapter.
Right, and that's funny you say that because Kevin Feige, who announced it, he's like it's gonna like Far From Home is gonna serve as sort of like a bonus chapter or something.
The epilogue.
And epilogue, and I'm like, I mean, I get it, but. Like, that's weird. It's Endgame.
I mean, I kind of get it too, but just knowing what we think we know about this movie, I feel like maybe I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. But I know, again, it's such a non...
This tells me this movie's probably going to be super bitter, and they don't want to leave it on that sort of note.
Oh, yeah, like, it'll be more depressing, so they want to... Yeah, I guess that could happen. Kind of like they did it with Ant-Man and the Wasp after Infinity War. They're like, "Ooh, we depressed everybody. Let's add some more fun." But that being said, again, it's not hindering my excitement for either film. I just thought it was a very odd thing, That
it needed to be said.
That's right. You don't want any part of this. So, it's a Mysterio quote, from the trailer. Okay.
I gotcha.
Okay. That's pretty much all the news we have. Unless I got some news. Actually, here's some more news. Nico kicked out of abandoned house while filming short film. Did I tell you this?
Wait, what? No, you didn't.
I didn't tell you this? Okay, I was going to mention it at the beginning of the podcast, but I forgot. So it's been a crazy week.
Okay.
Crazy 2 weeks, actually. And one of the crazy things is I had to prepare for a short film I was going to do on Saturday, April 20th, whatever. So I was going to do a short film, and I had to finish, part of a wedding video the day before. So I was editing this wedding video and preparing for the short film at the same time, and it was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I finished the wedding video, sent it to the bride, and then I'm like, all right, now I can focus on my short film, dude. So I go to my friend Trevor's house. We film, a bunch of it. We're like, all right, we Gucci. We go to the location, which is an abandoned house. I've told you about this. It's next to the
you guys scoped it out and stuff.
Yeah, right? We're filming it. We film a couple things. We hear voices below us. They're like, "Are people in here?" And we're like, "Yeah." They're like, "What are you doing in here?" They're like, "We're filming a short film." They're like, "Oh, you can't be in here." And blah blah blah. They're like, "Yeah, we own this property. The skydiving facility owns that house for some reason. They probably just own the land." But I don't know why that house is there. Why do they even keep it?
Did you guys actually see these people?
Oh, yeah, they came up to us.
Okay.
They were talking to us.
Did you ask them if you can get their permission?
Yeah. That's the next part of the story is they were super nice about it, first of all. So I don't want to make them sound like they were assholes, which they could have been complete assholes about it, because 9 times out of 10, people are assholes about stuff like that,
Okay.
And so anyway, they're like, yeah, you gotta leave, blah 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 blah. We're like, all right, fine. I don't know why you guys own this house, but whatever. They were nice about it. They were nice people. And then, as I was collecting my stuff, my buddy Trevor was talking to the owner of the skydiving place. And then the guy who was, like, talking to Trevor, he was like, yeah, you know, we've had people come in and film this house before and stuff like that, even just for, like, YouTube videos. But the thing is that you have to ask for permission. And because you didn't ask for permission, we kind of have to ask you to leave. But, and then he gave Trevor his card. He's like, call this number, let me know, I'll have it cleared for you guys. So, we can
Yeah,
go.
I mean, it's not like you guys did it. If you guys would have known, like...
It was abandoned, so we figured it wasn't.
It was abandoned.
It was abandoned,
Like, no one owns it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, again, simple mistake, but, toothache.
I thought you were about to say, oh, but because you guys didn't ask, we can't allow you to do that.
Oh,
ever.
no, that would suck.
That would be dumb.
Yeah, that would be dumb. But yeah, they said, let's get it cleared. Just the problem is now it's super annoying because I wanted to film it all in a day, and it was, like, super raining. It was raining on...
super raining.
It was super raining. It was pouring out there. It was pouring out there, Tyler. Pouring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people are having sex just in the sky. It was pouring out there. So...
oh boy.
Yeah. So no, it was pouring rain. We got shut down. What if we get cleared now, right? And then it's a sunny day. You know what we're gonna have to do? We're gonna have to reshoot everything. You know, because it can't just be raining in one scene and then it's like super sunny in the next. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I won't say the whole thing, but like a good chunk of it we would have to refilm, which is kind of annoying. And again, I bought like this kind of like suit for the one of the characters to wear. I won't spoil it, even though it's my own film, and because I want you to not be spoiled for it.
Okay.
And I bought this suit for this character to wear, and it was like $40. So that's like a lot of money, and I was gonna return it afterwards because they said I could return it if it doesn't fit, you know. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll return it. So, but now we got shut down. Now I have to keep it until we film again, and that's past the date of return. So now I'm just stuck with this suit now.
Oh no, man.
And it's annoying. It sucks, but again, it could have been a lot worse. I should be counting my blessings really, because it could have been a lot worse. They could have just called the cops. In all honesty,
you could start your own Peter Jackson closet.
Yeah,
he just has
true.
Everything. I mean,
that's true. He's got
every
one tanks.
Yeah, every outfit you could ever want.
Exactly. Again, it could have been a lot worse. We could have been arrested. So
yeah.
You know, they were really nice about it.
That would also be stupid.
Yeah, that would be stupid. Again, I'm not, I don't want to sound bitter because I am grateful that they're going to potentially let us film there again. I hope they keep their word on that because you know how people are sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Fickle,
baby. Yeah, that was kind of annoying. But yeah, that's a story.
Yeah.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Let's talk about some trailers, shall we?
I want to talk about some trailers.
We got a couple trailer 2s here.
Oh yeah, we do. Which one are we starting with?
Child's Play trailer 2 came
Oh
out.
boy.
Do you remember when we talked about the first trailer, the teaser trailer, if you will?
Yeah.
One of my biggest concerns was Aubrey Plaza doesn't have the range to play a caring single mom.
Okay, yeah.
This trailer confirmed that for me.
Okay.
100%. Maybe not 100%. I should still give her the benefit of the doubt, but the few lines she has in this trailer, I was like, I'm not buying this. She's like, I thought you were going to try and make friends or whatever. Like,
she's just still playing April.
Yeah, that's the thing. She's playing April still, and you know, I don't know. I don't know. What do you think?
I didn't really think that much about that. I was just like, wow, these scares are very lackluster, and in my household, because I've been hearing about this a lot around here.
Really?
Only because my brother watched the trailer, and he was like, the only reason I want to go is because Mark Hamill's playing
he's
Chucky.
playing Chucky, yeah.
And he loves him because of, the Joker and stuff.
Yeah. He's a good choice for Chucky. You know, I think he could do the voice pretty well.
So, that's about the only thing based on this trailer that this movie's got going for it.
Well, I appreciate here. I'll give him another kind of point here. I appreciate that they are doing something different. They're doing like an AI thing.
Yeah.
But here's my thing with that though. You obviously want this to be like an allegory about the dangers of technology and how like linking everything up is like a bad thing. Because I've even had that thought where I was at my friend's house once and he's like, Alexa, lower the temperature. I'm like, man, you let robots control your temperature? That's crazy. So I get what they're trying to do, but having like the nexus of this AI technology being a doll is weird to me.
Well, just even that, but like this thing doesn't even need Chucky at that point. This thing, I mean, if
exactly.
computers are gonna, it takes away how menacing Chucky can really be, because it basically just becomes a final destination with AI, with technology.
Because the original was more of a fantasy horror. This is definitely a
it was
sci-fi
like supernatural.
Kind of, yeah. And this is kind of like a sci-fi horror. So when it was supernatural, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Child's Play movies, outside of like the first one, which was okay, Chucky had a personality. So I don't know how much of a personality he's going to have when he's just like a killer robot, you know?
That's another point.
Yeah, so, and also I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but they're also changing the angle of it to where Chucky doesn't want to kill the boy or kill anybody or like, you know, kill the boy. He wants to protect the boy so much that he starts killing other people. You know what I'm saying? So he actually does view this boy as his friend, just in a very unhealthy way.
So it's just faulty programming.
Exactly, yeah. That's kind of...
that's been done before.
It has been done before, so... I'll give it... So I'm not super excited about it.
Yeah, neither. Me neither.
It's going to have to get some good reviews for me to see it. I'm be real with you. So, you know what? I will say this, though. I don't know if this is just kind of a tribute to the original score, but the score for this is pretty dope. Do you remember the score? It played at the very, very end for Child's Play.
No, I don't remember.
This is the new one. This is the new score by Bear McCreary. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
This is the new score for the new movie. Ooh. Yeah, hit it. So yeah, that's the...
I was waiting for the bass drop. Damn.
Oh, it's only like a teaser.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's freaking Bear McCreary who did The Walking Dead and God of War.
Oh yeah, I definitely got Walking Dead vibes.
Yes. So that's a cool score. I'll give him that. Yeah, there you go. I like the toy piano.
Yeah, I like that too.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool score, but the movie itself,
no,
I'm not feeling it personally. I could be proven wrong, but anyway. All right, let's talk about a movie that I was sold more on. A movie that I was sold more on, but in me being sold more on it, I felt like it was kind of a bad thing.
Oh, you saw the short film too?
What short film?
The Hobbs and Shaw short film.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you saw it too? Oh,
I did.
Shit,
I saw the short film.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I wasn't lying. Holy crap.
Yeah.
They showed the entire fucking movie, dude.
They really did.
They really did.
I kind of agree with you. I was sold more. Mainly just because of the opening scene.
Oh, yeah.
The opening scene was pretty funny.
There's cool chemistry there.
Yeah.
Between
I do like the chemistry, and I don't know anything about these two characters.
Yeah, because you stopped watching the movie.
So, that's probably a good thing that it was able to do that for me.
Yeah, for sure. And they are taking Fast and Furious and they're turning it into like a comic book is almost what they're doing. I mean, Black Superman, and that's not me saying that. He calls himself that in the trailer.
Yeah.
So, the action looks like really cool and over the top.
It does.
But they showed all the coolest scenes. They
showed the hook of it, like the direction change. Like what are you gonna do to stop this guy? Oh, we're gonna do this, and then you show the whole segment. Like I felt like what?
Yeah, it was way too much, and no, oh my gosh, dude, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you just gonna show us like all the coolest action beats? Because when we watch the movie now, I'm not gonna be as like blown away when this stuff happens.
Yeah.
You know?
When they start getting medieval.
When they start getting medieval on that. That was
get medieval on your ass.
That was freaking great, dude. That was so good. Oh my god. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, okay, so that being said though, the trailer showed way too much, but it did sell me on it a little more. It's like, I'm still a little like, okay, you guys jumped the shark with like the whole Black Superman thing. I was like, oh my god, what are you putting like super villains in this now? But the action looks cool, okay?
Yeah,
what can I say?
Sure.
And in an era where action movies are like dead, pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's kind of like cool to see some series and franchises trying to stay alive, you know, and trying to keep that genre alive. Like John Wick, Mission Impossible, and Fast and Furious are really the only, like...
American ones.
Yeah, American action franchises.
Still waiting on Raid 3, baby.
Yeah. Raid 2 was pretty gruesome, but it had some some great fighting in that. Did you know the people who were in Raid were in Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was blown away, but like, oh my god!
That was crazy, because J.J. Abrams loves that movie. So he's
of course he does. How could you not?
Yeah, I know, right? He's just like, yeah, man, come on. J.J. Abrams, dude. Love it. So, again, the action's really cool, but there's no way I'm watching this trailer ever again, because I'm hoping I forget about what I saw, so that when I see the movie... I'll,
Or there's just more to it.
But
you'd have to make this movie like 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
right.
Gonna
do something like that.
I don't know, man. They showed some pretty climactic action scenes. I'm sure, like, that's most of them.
The last one that they showed, there were some really bad special effects with it.
Oh, yeah, with the helicopter?
Bad.
Yeah.
Super bad.
It might be fixed for the actual movie, because they're probably still working on it.
Yeah.
But, but overall, it was a good short film.
It was a decent short film.
Yeah.
Just wait until they make it into a
feature.
Yeah, a feature.
Yeah, it's going to be something, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap. It shows way too much. But, again, I'm more excited for it, I will say.
Good.
Skin. Jamie Bell.
This is a very raw-looking American History X.
Yeah. That's what I thought, too.
Yeah.
And it's directed by the guy who did the short film Skin, who was just...
he won.
He won the Academy Award.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense, because I actually thought... I literally just watched the trailer, like, right before you...
it's directed by the same guy, but he... Apparently, though... I didn't see the short film, you did. Apparently, according to him, it has nothing to do with...
Like, I didn't actually watch it. That was the one of them that I couldn't get a hold of.
Oh, okay, my bad. Apparently, I heard that... This was on the Wikipedia, it said... this feature has nothing to do with his short film. So, weirdly enough... It might have, like, the similar themes, but it says it has nothing to do with it. So, weirdly enough, he has 2 films, one short film, one feature film called Skin, but they have nothing to do with each other.
Maybe he just really wants to get his message out.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But, yeah.
Jamie Bell
this is a really touchy subject.
Yeah.
I hope they can walk that thin line.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, but, you're right, we have kind of seen some of it before, like in American History X, the whole... redeemed Nazi kind of, or redeemed white supremacist neo-Nazi kind of movie. So it's going to be interesting to see what they can bring to it. It's very topical, that's for sure.
It's topical, and these performances look real good.
Oh, yeah. Do you think Jamie Bell, though, his character in this film, do you think he's going to leave the neo-Nazi party to become a SoundCloud rapper? Because that would be sick.
Oh, boy. So it becomes a biopic.
Yeah.
Oh boy, just pick any one of those SoundCloud rappers.
Any white SoundCloud rapper. Because he's got the face tats and everything. Those tats are insane. Are those like real Nazi tats or something? Or are those just like, I don't know.
Maybe they based it off of people that he's,
Yeah, that's true.
And stuff like
he's got like the arrow coming up like over his eye and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. I bet you there's a scene that...
Yeah, there's probably a scene where... It explains it, but it's.
I like him as an actor, though.
Yeah. Jamie Bell is very underrated.
Yeah,
I think he can kill it, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's actually funny because he actually one of the movies that I had recently seen, I saw his name attached to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You mean one of the movies that you recently seen?
Yeah, one of those.
Nice. Yeah, but honestly though, it looks good, but it looks very heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
Very heavy. And I heard Skin is also kind of heavy. Like his short film Skin.
Yeah, that's why I won.
Yeah, exactly. So, it could be good. And I'm looking forward to it, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to my phone loading as well. It might not happen anytime soon, but more news to come.
Yeah. Keep us posted. Any more you got to add to Skin? There's not much. It's kind of just an independent kind of independent kind of small film.
Yeah, no, I don't really have much to say about it.
Yeah, but it looks good. What can I say?
For sure.
All right, let's talk about this final trailer here. This just released today, actually. Ang Lee's new film, Gemini Man, which we've been hearing a lot about. We've actually talked about it.
Yeah, we did.
I remember at CinemaCon, we discussed the news. Fucking tooth.
Oh man,
My
you
bad.
have to go to the dentist after this.
I know. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, at CinemaCon, early word on the footage was that the de-aged Will Smith is groundbreaking, right? After watching this film, or this trailer rather, I agree. I think that de-aged Will Smith is like crazy. I think it looks like amazing.
Yeah, it does. It does look really good.
The de-aging effects, I was like, holy crap.
I can't really say that I'm feeling the rest of it though.
You can't? Really? You're not feeling it?
No, I just kind of felt not as bad, not to the degree of the Brian De Palma film, but like I felt like it was very small for a director and filmmaker that thinks very big.
Like Ang Lee?
Yeah, and I don't know, it just kind of feels...
Ang Lee is a very
visual
director, and the
visuals weren't that impressive, though. I actually thought it was like a Netflix film.
Really? Oh, yeah. Dang. I don't know if I'd go that far, because, Will Smith came out with a statement. He said this was the most emotionally and physically taxing film of his career.
Really?
He did.
See, that's exciting right there.
And to hear Ang Lee talk about it, I should pull up his statement, actually, because the statement is... It's very Ang Lee, first of all. And, I'll pull it up right here, but in the meantime, I think it looks good, personally.
Okay.
And, again, that de-aged Will Smith caught me. I was like, what this is weird.
Yeah, we've definitely heard a lot about that.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Okay.
I just had to confirm something from previous.
Mm-hmm. So this is a very long statement from Ang Lee here. Oh, God. The story is not one that could have been told with cinema as we know it. However, thanks to incredible new digital technology, not only can we finally see both younger and older Will Smith embodied together on screen, but we can also experience the story in a deeply immersive way. It is my great fortune to be able to experiment and test the limits of what new digital cinema has to offer us. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, stop popping. I hate phones. Dude. No less so to be able to work with two Will Smiths, one beautifully sophisticated, the other exuberantly honest. In my opinion, this is Will Smith at his very best, and when the two come together, it is something truly magical. Further, the immense effort and technical skill of the crew is in creating a new aesthetic between the cinematography, art department, visual effects, and technical team was both inspiring and heartwarming. I truly hope that this movie delivers a completely new theatrical experience to audiences across the world.
He's really selling it. He's selling it for me more than he's the movie.
Yeah.
The trailer.
And I'm a speed read Will Smith's statement. Okay, you ready for this? The emotional and physical challenges of making this film have been the most demanding of my career. Ang is pushing the limits to give people an experience in the movie theater that you've never seen before. This is not only an action film, but an exploration of what one's younger self can ultimately teach one's older self. I'm 50 years old now, and the irony of becoming 23 years old in this film wouldn't have been ready for this experience or to... Okay, hold on. This thing keeps jumping around, so I'm losing my spot here. Our hope is that this story provides something for everyone. Never before seen cinematic wizardry, nuanced, relatable characters, and next-level action.
See, for me, it's like, how is de-aging effects changing the movie theater experience? That's what I'm kind of missing here.
Yeah, I guess you can say that because we have seen it
before. Is there more than that they're referring to?
There must be.
Are we getting a Bandersnatch thing to come along with it, dude?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Look, I'm excited for pretty much anything Ang Lee does, though.
You know what, though? This is something I'll say.
Yeah.
I didn't think Life of Pi looked all that good when I saw the trailer.
What?
And I ended up loving it, so...
I thought Life of Pi looked like one of the best films ever made when I saw that trailer.
Really?
I did.
I wasn't I wasn't deeply into film yet.
Okay.
So it wasn't my favorite medium, so maybe that had to do with
it. Right. Ang Lee is amazing. And look, all right, I know a lot of people were talking about this, and like a lot of people saying like this is going to be one of 2019's best. I hope that's true. And I'm looking forward to it. This baby has gone into one of my most anticipated.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not feeling that way, but like they're really selling me with this
yeah.
This
I feel
sales
like
pitch.
I feel like Ang Lee always brings drama and character to movies that might not look like that on the surface. Sometimes it can be a bad thing, like Hulk, where he tried to maybe make Hulk too serious and like too dramatic, too art house. because that's not the property you do that with. But this seems like he's nailed it again, you know? Like, he always brings kind of a gravitas toward simpler stories, you know?
No, you're 100% right.
Because on the surface, Life of Pi is what? It's a kid stranded in the ocean with a tiger.
But there's so much more to it.
But there's so much more to it that on just a thematic level and a symbolic level. And, like, psychologically, that film can really make you think. So I think that this film might be the same, you know?
You're right. You're 100% right.
Ang Lee's not one to just shit out a film he doesn't care about, you know?
Would you say that about Hulk?
I think he cared about Hulk.
I don't think he paid enough attention to.
He didn't understand the source material, but I think he cared about the film. You know, I think he tried to do because he tried to add his own spin on it, and I think what he did was he took the concept of Hulk and made it an Ang Lee film, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
You know, if you replace Hulk. Like, I mean, yeah, he tried to kind of, like, bring a new aesthetic to it and everything. Like, he tried to make it look like a comic book, you know?
Yeah, it kind of failed.
It did, but he tried. I'll admit it.
Effects weren't ready for that shit yet.
That's obviously, like, his worst film, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's really made a bad film, like, after that one.
He doesn't have his face off or anything like that.
No, yeah, John Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was going to say he doesn't have his Hook, but Hook is actually not that bad.
Or Showgirls.
Oh, God. Paul Verhoeven. Oh, man. I forgot he did that film. Oh, man. Oh, dude. Yeah. Look, I'm looking forward to it. What can I say? That's all I can say.
Okay.
Gemini, man. That's just a cool name, too.
Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, I'll come around to it. I swear I'll come around to it.
All right.
Trailer 2, baby.
Don't leave now. The movie's not to come on.
Excuse me.
Paper theater. What do you do when you get stuck on a movie line with a guy like this behind you?
Wait a minute. Why can't I give my opinion? It's a free country.
All right, so you ready for recently seen?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready because I'm the only one participating.
That's right. I was so busy this week. And I'm busy last week and this week, dude. It's nuts. So.
Yeah.
And
I'll make it short and sweet for you.
All right, go ahead.
Because I saw several films, but I'm only going to talk about two. I want to wait for you to participate too, so we got some interactive.
Right, yeah, for sure.
So the first movie is Destroyer. I watched it. They put it on Hulu
with Nicole Kidman.
How
was it?
And the trailer that when we talked about it was like, wow, what a transformation from her.
Yes.
And I definitely stand by that.
Yes.
This movie starts off pretty basic. Like it's definitely like a neo-noir type film.
Yeah.
It's got like two narratives, one of the past and like what happened and why she's become this way.
Okay.
Because back in the day, like in the previous the flashback narrative, she looks like Nicole Kidman.
Okay.
And now she looks like this. And like what happened to her. And it kind of is just kind of traditional, like kind of an average family dynamic because of her broken self has kind of caused this and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for a while, I'm just like, man, where is it going with this? We've had one intense scene. And, like, it was kind of a throwaway scene. It was, like, a roulette scene, like a Russian roulette scene.
Okay.
But, like, the character that was participating in it had no reason to do so. So, like, I'm like, where is this going? Are they going to bring something that's a little bit more, less circumstantial? I want some more. And then about halfway through the film, there is another scene that's like, wow, I'm starting to not like this movie because it took me out of it.
Okay.
It was a scene that you would see in a lot of these sort of noirish films.
Okay.
But it was so unrealistic, and I get why they did it because they wanted to show like where her head is. But even the people that were involved in the scene, like, no one would ever do this. It was completely like it unimmersed me. I'm like, this is not doing so good.
Right.
But after that point, it got way better.
Okay.
It got way better, and it started to turn itself around. It used everything that it was showing about like the family and stuff like that, and it actually put a very emotional spin on it. The flashback story ended up coming out pretty well. It's not like a big twist or anything, but the execution was decent.
Okay.
And then just like the finale of the film is really good. It does kind of throw you off at one point. And not like a twist way, but like there's something that is being fed to you, and it's not really as it seems.
Okay.
So I kind of appreciated it that from a narrative standpoint, they were doing something a little bit different by the end of the film. But, like, it was a great performance. There was some really good music, and I think that's what brought out, like, such a strong feeling by the end of the film.
Okay.
Yeah, it ended up being pretty good. I really dig this execution on this film. I don't think it's anywhere near groundbreaking. It's not changing the formula of any of these movies. It has some rough patches, but overall, I think it was worth the wait.
All right.
So I give it a solid 7.
Cool. Is it better than The Invitation?
I mean, I feel like this is a trick question.
Because the answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
Well, you haven't seen it yet, but yeah, sure.
I already know it's better.
Yeah, it's not that beat by beat. Well, I'll say that.
Okay, yeah. Because same director, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
Yep.
I was like, where's this coming from?
Yeah, it's the same director, dude.
You might as well just be asking me if it's better than Spring Breakers.
Right, no, I chose Invitation because...
It makes sense now.
Yes, Karen Asama. Yeah, so what else have you...
I also saw, and this is, a new movie, Teen Spirit.
Where's that? Hulu?
What?
Hulu? Is that on Hulu as well?
No, it just came out in theaters.
It just came out in theaters. Okay.
I saw it in theaters.
Right, yeah, because we talked about the trailer recently.
We did. Elle Fanning's in it.
She is in it.
And it's like a musical. It's kind of like an American Idol type of thing, which is kind of like... It's not even popular anymore.
Right,
so what does it matter? Like, it just feels kind of dated, the whole idea. But I thought it was kind of cool because, one, I really liked the musicians that are in this, like the artists and stuff like that. It starts off with, like, Genesis by Grimes, and I'm like, okay, I'm digging this. Digging all the music.
Okay.
And I also like that there's so many musicals now that kind of give, like, tribute, like, old Hollywood and stuff like that, and that's where it is. It's all older, like... modern musicals with like older places and times and locations and stuff like that, and I'm getting a little tired of it, so I'm like, let's maybe have something that has like the best of what we have to offer, and not just like the Harlem Shake.
Yeah.
And this movie is not that.
Oh,
it's not that. It's really bad, actually. It's very bad.
Really?
It's garbage. And I just brought up that Jamie Bell. He was the executive producer of this movie.
No way.
I did not like this movie at all. And I wanted to see it because the trailer was so good. But the trailer is a scene from the movie. It's just one scene from the movie. It has a lot of cuts of, like, other stuff going on. So it was a good way to, like, sum up what was happening in the story. But it's just one scene. And it's one of the best looking scenes. It has the best aesthetic. Elle Fanning does all the music herself, and she does good. That's all great, but like her performance isn't very good. There's a lot of bad performances. Like, holy shit, they're like sleepwalking through this movie.
Really?
Especially, there's a guy, I don't even think he can act. Like, he plays an old opera singer that's like training her. He is awful.
Really?
He is so bad.
Damn.
Just really flat performances. There's terrible lighting. There's like this character that in any other movie would be the love interest for her.
Yeah.
You can't even see his face.
Oh my God.
The entire film. And until the end of the film, but like, it's not for like there's no reason for it. It's just because the lighting's bad.
Oh, okay.
And just like none of the story is compelling. Basically, her mom doesn't want her doing this because she thinks that she should just be a choir singer because she's in a religious family, and they drop that like 20 minutes in.
Okay.
And it doesn't even matter. It holds it doesn't hold her back whatsoever.
All right.
It's so fucking lifeless too and dull until the music starts playing, and there's some good moments musically. There's a couple like the trailer, and then there's one more that is pretty good. The finale, the grandiose musical moment is kind of a throwaway. It's not all that great. There's also this really long shot, this long take, and there's no reason for it to be a long take. It's her walking down a hallway, but nothing in the shot changes.
Okay.
You got like people, like one guy just like putting a box down. Like, there's no sacrifice in making a scene like that, so there's really no need to have, like, a 4-minute scene where she's just walking to the stage. Because the only reason you would need to say cut is if somebody, like, tripped.
Right.
While in the background.
Right,
like,
so it's not impressive.
It's not impressive
He did it
whatsoever.
just because he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, it's dumb.
Okay.
It's bad.
That's crazy.
And this is another stupid thing.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
Do they play Smells Like Teen Spirit somewhere in the movie?
They do not.
Okay, at least they don't do that, because that would have been cheesy.
That would have been. There is one other thing that's really dumb about this movie. It just ends. Like, it just ends. I didn't know who won the competition, and then as the credits were rolling, they come out and they're like, in case you missed last night's episode of Teen Spirit, this is what happened. I'm like, really?
They do that?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I did want to see the movie. I expected to at least like the music, and I did think there was some better, like their cover of Dancing on My Own by Robin is better than the original. But no, I would probably watch like 2 scenes from it on YouTube again if I wanted to. I could never sit through this movie again.
Damn, dude. It's getting decent reviews, though. Critics.
It's like a 69.
It's a 70.
It's a 70 now.
Right now, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling like a 3.
Damn, son.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm feeling like a 3, so I don't know what they're seeing.
Here's the consensus. Teen Spirit tells a story we know by heart.
True,
it's an interesting way to talk about it. But writer-director Max Minghella Connection to the material and Elle Fanning's remarkable performance add an effective hook.
Like I said, the best part about her performance is the fact that she was actually doing her singing and stuff like that. She's not that bad.
All right.
But her actual performance, I think she cracked a smile that I believed like twice in the movie.
Oh damn!
And most of the time she's just miserable, and I was miserable.
Damn. Shots fired.
Yeah. No disrespect to her.
I
think
great.
she's fine.
Whatever happened to her sister, Dakota? What is she?
The last time I saw her was in a movie called Night Moves with Jesse Eisenberg back in 2013.
She is like falling off.
She just fell off, yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy because I remember she was pretty big for a second.
Oh yeah, she was on that TNT show with Daniel Bruhl, the one I don't even know what it's about.
Plus, I remember she did that Star Trek movie. I know we've talked about this before.
Oh, that's right.
Where she was like
a Trekkie.
A Trekkie, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't see this movie. That's just my opinion.
Right. Did you make a hot list? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make my own hot list. How does that feel, you little bitch?
So, here's the deal. T-Kettle, we have a list.
We have a list.
Top 5 comedies.
I want to talk a little bit more about that list because comedies is very vague and comedy isn't everything.
Well, I want to talk about that list too because I didn't really do it, so I'm gonna just make this up as I go along.
Oh, dude, you still didn't do it?
I still didn't.
I'm so sorry.
I've totally forgot about a list until literally we started this podcast. But don't worry, I have a list of comedies here, and I'll do it. But this list is susceptible to change.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
For me, I wanted to talk about movies that are mainly comedy. That are because there's it's in there in almost everything. Comedy exists.
Yeah.
And movies that I haven't really talked about before. So like movies like When Harry Met Sally. We've talked about that movie, and everyone knows that I like it. So I want to talk. There's so many that like I haven't talked about that I really love, and I want to put it out there. And so that's where my head was.
Okay.
Throughout this list.
Well. You just want to do some honorable mentions here?
Yeah, we can do that. I have 1, 2, 3.
All right, go ahead.
I have 17.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I was really digging this list. I was having fun.
All right. Sorry I didn't reciprocate.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
We'll
have fun with it.
You want to start? All right, you can start.
Sure. Well, let's just throw this out here because I've already this one I did talk about, but there's no way it wouldn't have been on my list, and that's Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Because that movie, I just love that movie.
Yeah,
it actually probably should have been my top 5, but that's fine because I liked what I picked anyway.
Okay.
And then I'll also say, this is kind of like no one really notices this movie, and nobody really appreciates this movie because it's actually really funny, and there's like a huge like twist in it that's so funny to me, and that's Burn After Reading.
With the Coen Brothers
major
film?
misunderstandings turn deadly in this Coen Brothers sleeper hit, dude. It's such a sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, more people need to see this movie.
Okay. Groundhog Day with Bill Murray.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen that movie.
Never seen that movie? It's a great movie. And then I'll come up with a second one. I don't want to say that. I don't like dissing directors, but let's just say this is one of David Zucker's best films, and that's Airplane.
Okay, yeah.
It's probably because that whole farcical parody genre is like dead.
It is dead.
But
it was funny when it first came out.
When it first came out, it's funny.
Yeah, that movie's pretty good.
Airplane's
I do like
great.
that movie.
Yes.
Cornetto trilogy, but I love them all, but actually my favorite is everyone's least favorite, and the one that we haven't talked about yet, The World's End. Right, just can't simply let a comedy just be a comedy, but remove the sci-fi element, and I still love this film. Like, I liked it from the start, before I even knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Sorry, were you done, or?
Yeah, that's good for that.
Okay, yeah, I also had the Cornetto trilogy, but I'm also going to pull out another David Zucker film, and that's Naked Gun.
I've never seen that one either.
It's funny.
It's funny?
It's funny.
Cool.
Naked Gun 1.5.
1.5. Mm-hmm. That's right. I need to watch it.
Yes.
I got Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I have Ferris Bueller's Day Off as well.
Bueller has some iconic dialogue and a few funny scenes, but the sentiment of living it up displayed in the film is really what puts a smile on my face. Also, John Hughes makes some of the best characters not fit for real life.
All right. I'm gonna pull out one that you might be surprised by here.
Mm-hmm.
Mean Girls. I really like that movie. I think it's more of a. It's funny how so many people look at that as like a chick flick, or like a lot of girls especially, no disrespect or anything, but they look at that as almost like
a weakness.
Well, no, they look at that as like, oh, this is like the all-time girl movie, like this is the all-time chick flick, I guess you could say, but the movie's an anti-chick flick. The movie's a satire, and like it's hilarious how like sometimes like these, I don't want to say with these millennials, but like sometimes these people, they don't realize that. They actually think like, no, this movie's a complete satire of that high school clueless kind of movie, you know?
Yeah. So. I don't believe in chick flicks. Anybody can like a movie.
Oh yeah, same. Same. I love Mean Girls, you know?
I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But I remember enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a satire on chick flicks.
Okay.
You know, and like you said, I don't even believe in guilty pleasures. I think
don't believe in guilty pleasures.
Yeah,
either.
It's like you like what you like, and why be guilty about it? You know?
Yeah, unless you have a reason for it. If you can't come up with a reason why you like it, like why I play stupid phone these stupid phone games that I like that's a guilty pleasure for me.
Right.
I actually don't know why I like it. I shouldn't like it.
All right.
This is a good one.
Okay.
God Bless America. Joel Murray finds out he is sick, and with his last remaining days, he chooses to kill people that deserve to die, like this parasite child on My Sweet 16 show. During this black comedy, he kills following his moral compass, which sometimes ends up murdering people that take up 2 parking spots. God Bless America is for entertainment purposes, but its convictions are relatable and convincing. This movie is actually super funny, but it's super dark at the same time.
All right. Okay, my next one is The Hangover.
Okay.
Yep, and you know what? I'll just throw in another one, 40-Year-Old Virgin. I think that's also really funny.
Okay.
Yep.
I can dig it.
Kind of like they do raunchy humor right, which is very hard because I cannot stand raunchy humor sometimes.
Yeah,
like Step Brothers, garbage. Hate it. There's no substance to that. 40-Year-Old Virgin and Hangover, there's substance to those films, and they're funny.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then I'm going to hit you with 2 real quick.
Do it.
Usually I'd say fuck this guy, but one of the only good things Woody Allen has made was Sleeper. It's a glorified grocery store manager. He awakes from a cryosleep to a dystopian world oppressed by the government. There's literally every type of humor you can think of in this movie. Slapstick, mild screwball, fish out of water, political comedy. Almost everything works, but the slapsticks slaps in this movie.
Slapstick slaps.
And then I also got MASH. Before the show, MASH made light of the horrors of Vietnam to let the darkness out. While doing so, MASH was sort of the darkest black comedy of its time with some pretty shocking bits. I mean, come on, Suicide is Painless in 1970?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
That's a funny movie, and it's very segmented too.
Yeah. Okay. That's very interesting. My next one is a little overrated, I think. It got to the... It was actually kind of not well liked when it first came out, But then it grew to have a cult following, but the cult following has now made it overrated, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
It's Dumb and Dumber. Like,
okay.
It's funny, but it's overplayed.
It is,
you know, and I was gonna be like, I didn't even want to put it as an honorable mention, but I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
It's not bad though.
No, it's not bad. No, it's not. It's not. It's just like
people can ruin things.
It took on such a life of its own after its release. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. You know. So.
Next up, I got The Producers. I don't usually like movies that build up to one epic gag, but The Producers for me is an exception. Mm-hmm. It's pretty obvious to see where it's going, but it still works. I don't even care.
All right. Well, speaking of Mel Brooks, Young Frankenstein is an honorable mention for me.
Okay, great movie.
Yes.
Next up, I got Clerks. So many great scenes in this movie. Virtually no resources involved. Just one place, and all your best jokes are needed to put your best foot forward. Mm-hmm. It's funny. I actually don't even know what the best scene is, but it's probably the one where the guy dies with the heart on.
Yep. What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, so good.
It's so good.
I actually don't know if I have that on here, but if I don't, it's not. I'm adding that.
All right, yeah. No, it's great. It's a great movie.
Oh shit! I'm trying to take a sip, and I'm just okay. Next up, I got Safety Last. Harold Lloyd's stunt is all people pretty much remember this movie for, as they created the illusion of climbing a 7-story building. I'm here to confirm, though, the rest of the movie is quite funny and witty as well. And that's saying something because I'm actually seen a bunch of Lloyd's work, and I'm not that big of a fan of his. But,
all right.
He's easily the worst of the big three. Okay.
Well, I think that's pretty much it for me.
All right. Well, I got some more to rattle off.
All right, do it.
Okay. Some like it hot. Some say this is the greatest comedy ever made. I don't necessarily agree, but it does have the best last line of any movie. Probably. Oh, shit. Now that I think about it, Casablanca might.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim. For me, not a more quotable film to me. It's just back in 2011, my brother and I would have conversations at dinner entirely made up of Scott Pilgrim lines, and we knew every single one. Mm-hmm. This is a film not for everyone, especially if you don't vibe to video games, anime, and general nerd culture, but if you can sit through it, you get a story told in a comic-like fashion. Ramona Flower hair color changes. I'm in Lesbians with you. Bread makes you fat, and your BF's about to get F'd in the B. What more could you possibly want? Grand Budapest Hotel. It's the most impressive set pieces, art direction, and the funniest deadpan from Anderson. Mm-hmm. Grand Budapest is a colorful work of art. It constantly keeps you on its toes with its progressive nature and off-kilter finale. Mm-hmm. Breakfast Club. I was one of the lucky ones to watch it while I was in high school, unlike friends who watched it, because they hated it afterwards. Its look at the cliques are too accurate, and along the way, the bonding and growth of understanding brings us a little closer. It's why am I getting so fucking philosophical on top comedies? But the movie is funny though, for all real. Dazed and Confused is pretty funny. The Kid is the first emotional scene to ever exist on film. Charlie Chaplin's heartfelt story of the kid raising a child. That's what it is. It's halfway through it, it sort of abandons that for a really strange dream sequence, which is where most of the humor derives from. But if you're like me, you cling to the feels kind of, and that's why it made it onto this list. And lastly, we got Doctor Strangelove.
All right.
For me personally, this film is less funny in a traditional sense and more funny in the sense that Kubrick was tastefully antagonizing and poking fun at the idea that all of us are going to go up in flames because of incompetent world leaders.
Yes.
It was incredibly bold, and unlike The Interview, was intelligent in its execution.
Right.
Wow.
All right. Actually, I got a couple more honorable mentions that I'm just looking at here. My Cousin Vinny.
Okay.
The Pink Panther. I like almost all of them, really. You know, the ones with Peter Sellers. Big is really great. Mm-hmm. I really like School of Rock. I'm going to be real with you. And I really like Liar Liar.
Nice.
I think it's the one Jim Carrey's
Nothing could stop the clock.
Oh, it's so great. I love when he spits out the water. Oh, come on! It's not bad.
Yeah, he's.
I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind?
He gets really into it.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put The Mask in there too. I love The Mask. I love The Mask, dude.
Oh man,
The Mask is a classic. Dude,
I love it.
And dude, Tropic Thunder too. Bruce Almighty. Okay.
I never got Tropic Thunder.
You never got... Dude,
I just never understood
that
what
film,
was...
Dude, as a filmmaker, that film is hilarious.
Is Tom Cruise the best character in that movie?
Yes. 100%. You know, when I first saw that film in theaters with my dad, I didn't even know that was Tom Cruise until the very end credits.
Really?
I swear. I couldn't believe it. It's crazy.
I'll have to give it another watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
So... So here, this top 5?
Well, yeah, I'm ready for this top 5 that I'm making up as I go along.
Okay.
So, I know this is super premature. And, again, after thinking about it, it probably won't be on my top 5, and it will be an honorable mention instead, but it's fresh in my mind, and I'm just going to say it. I think Game Night is my number 5. Yeah, I'm saying it.
Okay.
I really like it. I've said so much about Game Night, so I don't really want to elaborate too much, but I really like... I think it's because, too, I've been so bogged down by crappy comedies, especially crappy raunch comedies, that to actually have a comedy be released in 2018 when it came out that had great cinematography, great humor, great wit, great writing, it actually had a plot, and it wasn't just two children just running around crashing boats and playing drums. You know, it was a really nice change of pace, and I was like, okay, finally we have a comedy with substance. You know what comedy is now?
What?
Comedy now is what horror was in the early 2000s.
Okay.
100%.
And horror just picked it up, so they kind of like changed places.
Yeah, exactly. So.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
No, I can see that. I like that movie.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yes.
My number 5 is His Girl Friday. Cary Grant actually plays in a role that doesn't feel like he's playing himself. Even still, Rosalind Russell is the one who steals the show in the screwball comedy. Mm-hmm. His Girl Friday spends the first hour introducing the situations such as Russell's engagement, a falsely accused convict, Grant's attempt to win back Russell, all leading to one of the most chaotic and satisfying finales to a Golden Age film. It's messy, sassy, and trapped in a charade of hate. All the ingredients to a good screwball. Dude, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I watched it, I think, like a year ago.
Nice. I got a number 4 for you.
Okay.
1 second, I'm sorry. Alright, I got a number 4 for you. You ready? I fought in your general direction. It's just a flesh wound.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
My name is Tim. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, dude. This film is freaking great. It's so quotable. Terry Gilliam does, like, I think this was like his first film. You know, like his first solo film. Like, that he solo directed, you know? Obviously, he was part of the Monty Python group.
Yeah.
You know? And after this, he had, like, a long, crazy career. Dude, this film is just so quotable. It's so funny. One of the best things about it is, like, the cheapness of it, but they mention it and they talk about it. They break the fourth wall constantly. They break logic and break reality. But it just adds to the comedy all the time. It's clever. It's witty. I'm usually not a fan of, like, dry British humor. But this film pulls it off spectacularly. Because I think there's almost like, honestly to me, I could be wrong here, but there's almost like a more American sentimentality to it. Because, like, British humor is, like, crazy dry. And this actually has some really nice, like, humor. Like, nice wit humor, even slapstick, visual gags. I really like it. You know?
There's a lot there. They have an appreciation for all types of humor.
Of course.
Which is why they're so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that all you wanted to say about it?
Yeah.
My number 4 is the discreet charm of the bourgeoisie. In this Louis Buñuel film, there are only 2 rules. 1, the characters cannot share a meal together. 2, they cannot have sex. Buñuel uses these rules to create a surreal sandbox where anything can happen to make it so these characters starve to death on both accounts. The most famous scene is when they start to eat the meal and a curtain pulls back to reveal that they are a theater performance. Buñuel has always been pushing the boundaries with film and breaking down the barrier between film and reality, then refusing to acknowledge it. Basically, it's fucking crazy. It's like... It's so much, it's film. It's just like, you can't do it anywhere else.
Right.
So, like, he'll write anything to get these characters to not, and they're, like, normal people, too, which is, the weirdest part. So, like, just weird shit happens to them the whole time. And it's it's really just a pleasure to just see what you're really gonna end up seeing. Like you just never know.
Nice, dude.
And that's what comedy is, dude. It's just not. You have no fucking clue.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this is my number 3.
Yeah.
The General.
Okay.
With Buster Keaton. This film, again, I've said it before. We've talked about it before, so I won't dive too deep into it. But this film transcends silence, and it's still like funny 100 years later. Yeah. And let me tell you something. I've said this before on the podcast. Not a lot of comedies can say that. A lot of the comedies that have been released in the last 20 years will not be remembered in 100 years from their release date. You know, they just won't. This film does, because it has amazing visual stunts that add to the comedy. The performances are great. The stone face of Buster Keaton is always fascinating to watch. And it's crazy that he actually did most of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And again, I'm a huge fan of slapstick comedy because I feel like it's some of the only comedy that transcends time. You know?
Timeless.
It's timeless.
Yes.
You know, you can always laugh at slapstick. You can't always laugh at topical humor, political humor.
Mm-hmm.
In 100 years, no one's going to find a Trump joke funny. People might not even know who Trump is. If you were watching a film and they made a joke about James K. Polk, you wouldn't laugh. Because what do you know about James K. Polk? Nothing.
True.
You know?
You're right.
So, you know, slapstick is one of the only, and this is why I love the Pink Panther as well, is some of the only comedy that can actually transcend the boundaries of the medium. And I love it.
I feel you. I 100% feel you. My number 3. I actually really don't have that much written down for this movie, but just take my word for it.
Okay.
It's City Lights.
City Lights.
Charlie Chaplin's broke ass falls in love with a flower girl. He spends the entire film trying really convoluted plans to win her over, or one plan just continues to lead him into oblivion until you finally ask yourself, how did we get here? It's funny, but above all, it's adorable. And it's the closest thing you'll come to crying in a silent film as well.
Damn, dude.
It's got feels, dude. It's got mad feels.
Is that all you got to say about it?
That's really all I got to say about it. It is really funny. The boxing scene is probably the one that everybody remembers it for, and it's so good.
No, yeah, I remember
I think every Chaplin film has like one scene that's like, it's no one can think about anything else but that scene when you think about that film. And there's a good reason for it. It's because he's just a genius. For sure.
Okay. So this is what, my number 2? All right, so this is susceptible to change.
Of course.
Because I'm making this up as I go along. But I'm going to put Hot Fuzz, specifically.
Woo!
As my number 2. I think it's... I do like The World's End, though. Okay, I really do like The World's End, and I don't think I've seen Shaun of the Dead all the way through. I remember watching it when I was younger, and there was a really gory part of it, and I'm like, ugh, don't want to watch that, because I was like too young to really like that stuff, you know, or appreciate it in film, I should rather say. Yeah, dude, Hot Fuzz is great. I love the witty banter. Again, Edgar Wright's visual flair adds something to it. If you notice about pretty much all of my top 5 films, it's not just the comedy that sells it. You know, everything serves the comedy. The visuals, the performances, the lighting, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Everything. The costumes, the makeup, everything has to serve the comedy. And once every aspect of the film serves the comedy is amazing. You can't just, which is what a lot of people do nowadays, they just plant a fucking camera on a tripod, shoot Kevin Hart or Tiffany Haddish, and they're like, just say funny stuff. Come on, Rebel Wilson, just say fun. And I don't mean to attack these comedians, because I think they can be really funny, but I think they're put into a position where literally these writers and directors, they just like, oh, just improv funny stuff. You know? And it's like, that's not the way it should be. And I think what Hot Fuzz shows is that, yeah, you can have some improv, there's probably some improv in there, but it's like, it's about more than that. You have to create a good atmosphere around the comedy in order to accentuate it and build it up to the next level, you know?
Yeah, plus it just helps that Edgar Wright's just a fantastic director, and he says most of his jokes just through action.
Yes, exactly. He has a lot of, like, visual flair. And he has a lot of visual gags, too.
Yeah.
Like, where words aren't even spoken. And that's the thing nowadays, too, where, again, like, when you just point a camera at a comedian, they're like, just say something funny, you know, I don't get a lot out of that, because it's just whatever. But when you have, like, funny visual gags, like in Scott Pilgrim or Hot Fuzz or World's End, it's amazing. It's funny. Like the fence gag. That's funny.
Yes.
You know? It's in every film.
And you were just talking about how, like, timeless some of these... Like, I think people could laugh at some of the jokes. Like, especially the water joke from The World's End, where he's just... They're beer, water, tap water.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah, and there's even, like, deeper meaning behind... And there's actually, like, levels of heart in those films, too.
Oh, 100%.
You know, like, Edgar Wright, he knows what he's doing. And he's an amazing director, so...
Yeah.
Yes. It's my number 2.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually also came up with the general, but I knew that we talked about the film a couple times, so I was like, you know what? I got Sherlock Jr.
Okay.
Because they're both, like, right up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the closest thing we had to surrealist cinema at the time as a projectionist who literally dreams of being a detective. Keaton's directing skills at the time is personally why I think he's the best of the three.
Mm-hmm.
Go and watch the scene where he enters a dream sequence told with superimposing himself over the film. It looks like an out-of-body experience, but he's also able to create jokes through it. Then when he enters the film, every time a frame would change location, he would remain in the same place. For instance, a car would be approaching him.
Mm-hmm.
He would move out of the way. And when it cuts to the next frame, he would be inching towards a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are his jokes timeless, but they are truly brilliant and courageous acts for the sake of entertainment. As I said, go watch the scene, and if you like what you saw, watch the entire filmography. I've seen probably 10 of his films. I haven't seen a bad one.
Nice, dude.
He's great.
Nice.
You know what scene I'm talking about too?
I think
it's a classic scene.
For sure, dude. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, number 1.
Here's my number 1. You ready for this? I think you know it.
Oh boy.
Guess it.
Well, I know that you didn't do this because you didn't really focus on the list, but I should probably mention I divided it because I asked you to do that one time to the funniest comedy and your favorite comedy.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I know you didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm being real.
I just wanted to preface that before I say mine. What's up? What do you got?
You know my number 1. Come on, just say it. Say it.
I know you're number 1.
Yeah, I think so.
I know. Oh, it's a mad world.
Yeah, it's a mad world. Okay, Spencer Tracy, Mickey Rooney, Sid Caesar, Milton Berry, Ethel Merman. Who else is in this? I know Don Knotts is in it. The Three Stooges are in it. There's a ton of friggin' cameos in it. Paul Ford. All these great people and great comedians are in pretty much the only T-Kettle, the only epic comedy film. This thing is an epic, dude.
I'm definitely familiar with it.
It is an epic. Like Lawrence of Arabia is an epic. It
has a reputation.
This is an epic. Okay? This is insane. Okay? The film, for those of you who don't know, it's basically kind of like a film where it's an ensemble cast where there's basically a pursuit for $350,000 in stolen cash. It's buried somewhere. And this colorful, crazy group of strangers has to basically go out and search for it. And then they come into obstacles and shit like that, and that's where the comedy ensues, and that's where the hijinks ensue. This film is crazy, dude, because it really is an epic. The set pieces of this film are insane. It's filled with explosions, crazy car chases, crazy comedy moments. The original cut of this film was almost 200 minutes. Dude, that's crazy.
It's still 3 hours, isn't it? Or something
yes,
like
it's still 3 hours. There's been a lot of different variations of this film. I have the Wikipedia article up right now just because I want to be a little more concise here. But yeah, United Artists basically cut this thing to shreds when they first saw it because the film was just too long. Apparently there are stories that there was a 5.5 hour cut of this film, and they're like, no way. So they cut it down to whatever. They got it down to 2.5 hours or whatever, and then United Artists obviously cut that down. But in 2013, the Criterion Collection, your boys, they came in with a restoration expert and basically kind of they re-released the 197-minute version of the film. So yes, that is insane. So there's a lot of different versions with a lot of different runtimes. The one I saw was the 3-hour version. I've only seen this film twice in my life, and I still...
It's a commitment, it sounds like.
It is a commitment, but it sticks with you, though, because it's hilarious. It's hilarious. There was a remake of it called Rat Race. Don't watch that.
Oh, that's what that is about?
It's like a loose remake, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stanley Kramer did an absolutely fantastic job with this movie. Again, it's really the only epic comedy film. What other epic comedy film can you really think of?
I got nothing.
Exactly. This belongs up there with like Ben-Hur and like Lawrence of Arabia as like the craziest, longest epic films. Because we don't see a lot of epic films. I guess, well, maybe like Endgame was probably considered an epic because that's like 3 hours.
You know, back in the day.
But like back in the day, epics were like blockbusters now. You know, epics were like huge.
I gotta look for the name of it. My phone's gonna piss me off in a second.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, the cast, freaking Milton Berle, Sid Caesar, Buddy Hackett, Ethel Merman, Mickey Rooney, Spencer Tracy, obviously, like I said, Terry Thomas, Jonathan Winters is in it. I mean, the cast is insane, dude. And for those of you who don't know, Stanley Kramer is responsible for some pretty great films like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and The Defiant Ones, so...
Great movie.
Yes. Which one?
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Oh, man.
Spencer Tracy was in that.
Damn it! It won't load the run time, but there was a movie that I had my eyes on, and this is just something that they just used to do, I guess, back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's a comedy, kind of like a sketch comedy type thing, and it's like 8 hours long.
Jeez.
I mean, obviously you got to watch it in episodes. You can't watch that thing in one sitting. I mean, people would do that kind of thing. I would probably do that thing just for the sake of like, you know, bragging rights, I guess. But, that movie is probably as long as it gets from, like, a studio-released film.
And by the way, just sorry to interrupt you, but just to add to how epic a Mad World is, so this film had an amazing animated opening credits sequence from Saul Bass, who you know from, like, the Psycho films.
Boy.
Yeah, from, like, or the Hitchcock films. He did Psycho, but the Hitchcock films, like Vertigo and Anatomy of a Murder, and like all these great films. Also, this film was shot in Ultra Panavision 70. Okay? Freaking, you know what else was shot in Ultra Panavision 70? You know how many comedies are shot in Ultra Panavision 70, Tyler? None. You know what is shot in Ultra Panavision 70? Greatest Story Ever Told, Battle of the Bulge, Lawrence of Arabia, Grand Prix, 2001, A Space Odyssey.
Big movies.
And
big movies.
It's a mad world.
That's cool. I'm really going to have to see it.
Yes, you do have to see it.
But in the meantime, can I tell you my two things that I picked?
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, my funniest comedy. Now, I have seen this movie like 20 times.
Okay.
I love this movie. And it's a damn shame that I haven't watched it with you. I've been waiting for this episode only because I want to spread the word of this movie. It's called Alan Partridge, Alpha Papa. Steve Coogan plays Alan Partridge, a radio show personality undergoing new management. When Alan catches wind that he's on the list to be sacked, he convinces them to give his friend the boot. Later on, his friend Pat holds up the radio station at gunpoint, Alan being the only one to escape. He works with the police as a mediator to calm Pat down, and basically just that's the premise of it. If you laugh once throughout this movie, you've missed like 4 jokes. I've seen this movie about 20 times and watch with like every person that hasn't seen it. That's why I'm surprised I haven't watched it with you. Yeah. On watch number 5, I was noticing jokes that I didn't pick up on through the first few watches. Usually when you have too many jokes, it gets claustrophobic, but the reason for that is because you have too many jokes and most of them don't land. But Alan Partridge fixes that problem with a movie that is relentlessly hilarious. This movie is fucking insane. There's one scene, and this is not like this isn't a big scene. This is just a normal like run of the mill scene where like Alan is the mediator at this point, and he goes back in. He's got his police bulletproof vest on, and he's like looking for Pat, and Pat like sneaks up on him and like puts a gun up to him or whatever. And Alan's like, I don't want to die, because Steve Coogan's so funny,
right?
And he's like, it's me. What's going on? He's like, ooh, you scared me so bad. I actually had a piece of cake for you, but I might as well just smash it now. He actually shit himself, and he like he took like his shit out of his pants and like smashed it in his. I didn't pick up on that until like the 5th time I saw it, or the 2nd to 3rd time I saw it.
Oh my god!
It's funny, and it just happens. It's so nonchalant.
You know what's gonna happen when we watch this film together? I'm gonna intentionally troll you and like hold back my laughter and just pretend not to love it.
Impossible. Impossible, dude.
I don't know, man. You don't know me. I can hold back laughter pretty well.
I can't wait. Well, I'm gonna be laughing. I'm gonna be getting in your face.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yeah, I love. That's such a funny movie. I can watch that movie. Like,
and that's your
nonstop.
favorite comedy?
No, my favorite comedy. That's the funniest comedy.
Oh, the funniest.
My favorite comedy. It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, okay.
Every sequence is pure genius. Even the silly ones like the Knights Who Say Knee. The Monty Python crew were unparalleled in making highbrow sketch comedy in the comedy of manners fashion, which is like social class jokes. They were able to make every scene feel segregated and funny as a standalone scene, but also stitch them together flawlessly. The humor still holds up today. I recently watched it with a friend who hadn't seen it, and he actually started crying during the Bridge of Death scene.
Yeah, it seems great.
If you know the quest of the Holy Grail, then you know how it ends. And MP was able to keep that ending by driving full speed away from historical accuracy.
Yes. It's a great way to put it at the end. You know, and like, remember how I said its limitations in budget actually just added to the comedy? You know, they wanted horses for the film.
They wanted horses. They're just like, fuck it.
But they couldn't afford it, so they got coconuts, and they just...
It adds to it, though. It really does add to it.
It does.
It's like something you'd see in like Black Dynamite or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's so great. Oh, Black Dynamite. I'll put that as an honorable mention.
There you go.
Honorable mention. You diabolical dick-shrinking motherfuckers. One of my favorite. I need a shirt with. Actually, no, never mind.
No, you don't need a shirt. You don't want a shirt.
Yeah,
with
I
that.
don't want a shirt that has that on it.
So yeah, that's a comedy list.
It's great, man.
I wish you had. I'm sorry that you didn't have more time to.
It's all good, man.
I didn't realize how busy you're.
No, I was busy this week like crazy. Just a lot of film stuff, a lot of editing, a lot of. I gotta go get fitted for a tux tomorrow. I had to help my buddy David yesterday film something, and then on Friday. We're planning to meet up, but also I have Good Friday because my Easter is this weekend, the Greek Orthodox Easter. So I have to go to church, and then on Sunday Saturday I have freaking midnight mass, so that's for Easter as well. And then obviously the podcast on Sunday the next day.
Oh boy.
And I didn't even mention on Thursday, Avengers Endgame. So it is a busy week.
It
is a busy week.
I feel like this is like next episode. We're not going to do anything, but just talk about Endgame. That's literally the episode.
Oh, 100%. We should just be like...
just come in with nothing.
Yeah, just do a whole Endgame special and just talk about it. Because
but at that point, like, it's probably just going to be a spoiler one.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to
100%.
be spoiler talk.
It probably should. We should probably do maybe 20 minutes of no spoilers. Of just like summarizing what we feel about it, and then we'll just do whatever.
Oh shit, dude.
A whole spoiler review on it.
If this is real life, you need to let me know in advance. Like if this is actually gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure. It probably will, because whether if it's good or bad, we'll have a lot to say about it. So
actually, I think if it's bad, we'd have more to say about it.
Yeah. I hope it's not bad, dude.
Hey, there's no way, dude. There's no way. I'll knock for you. I'm not even superstitious, but I'll knock for you.
Yeah, dude. We gotta. It's gonna be. I can't wait, dude. I'm losing sleep, dude. I'm legitimately staying up at night, excited for this film. What's the most film you've ever been excited for?
The most film I've been.
What's the most excited you've ever been for an excited film you've filmed?
Blade Runner 2049.
That was good.
That didn't disappoint me. Right now it's Dune, obviously.
Right.
I'm obsessed with Dune. I keep telling everybody I have to stay alive until Dune comes out.
Yeah, that's right. Mine is, I remember, I'm more thinking of, I don't know, just kind of stories. I remember when I saw Episode 3, Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah.
I was literally shaking in the theater, when it started. I was shaking because I was so excited. And then Star Wars Episode 7... Also, super excited.
I was very excited for that movie too.
Yes, and Infinity War, I was also obviously very excited for. But this is a whole nother level.
So this is how you know if I'm excited for a movie. I had this thing that I was doing for a while, and I actually stopped doing it because I just haven't really been that excited for movies on that level.
Yeah.
I watch them all the time. It's a normal thing. So when something like Episode 7 or Blade Runner was there, I was I go. I start tapping my friend uncontrollably. Nice. I just had this really stupid smile.
Oh, it's so good.
That'll happen.
I remember as a kid, Spider-Man 3 too. I was super excited for. Dude,
oh yeah, I was excited for that too.
Did you hear that AMC has 17 locations that are staying open 24 hours for Endgame?
Really?
They're actually, because they're trying to meet the demand for it. And, And they're staying open for 24 hours for 4 days straight. So that's 96 hours.
That's not that different from like when I saw episode 7. I saw it 2 a.m. I didn't get out till 5:30.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If this doesn't beat of Avatar, nothing will, dude.
You know what? I agree with you.
Nothing will.
But at the same time, like, you have a movie where you have to see the other movies.
Oh yeah.
And like,
true.
I mean, who hasn't really seen those movies? But like, you know that there's going to be people that'll fill the void of all the people, like the people that see it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, that's true.
That'll fill the void for anybody who hadn't seen it.
That's true.
It's gonna be tough, man.
It's gonna be tough, but if this doesn't beat Avatar, nothing will. I don't think anything will.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, at least.
Oh man, yeah. It's gonna be a movie like experience that is so expensive that like you have to upcharge, and just for that matter, like if you sell like less tickets, you beat it.
For sure. Plus, Avatar was like exclusively in 3D, and it revolutionized the technology, so that upcharge is a huge factor in that price.
True.
You know, if Avengers Endgame was exclusively in 3D, I think it would beat Avatar like in the first week. You know. But
I don't know about that, but.
Well,
it's a lot of money. America doesn't have that much money.
Yeah, it's $2 billion.
We'd have to wait until it drops in like other countries,
like China and stuff.
Yeah,
$2 billion, dude. We gotta beat.
Not enough big monsters. Not enough kaiju for it to beat China.
Yeah, right. Maybe Venom was in there.
Venom,
the bad boy Venom.
Anyway, it's been fun. So.
And quick question: I see you've been tweeting like 4 days, 3 days. Is that for Endgame?
Oh, what the fuck else?
I figured it was.
I just tweeted 2 days.
I know. I figured it was.
Because you just reminded me. Everyone had to keep reminding me.
And you know what's funny? I've been doing the same thing in the group text with Mitch and David.
Really?
I was sending them 5 days.
And no one gets it. Either no one gets it or just no one cares.
They got it. They understood.
Yeah.
So, 2 days. Like, I just texted them at 10:36. I'm like, 2 days.
I'm just waiting for somebody to be like, well, actually, it's actually 3 days because it actually comes out on Friday. You can't say that anymore.
Yeah, no, you can't.
It's not midnight. It's not midnight showings. It's 7 o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock. Except we're seeing it at midnight, 11:15.
Yeah.
Our buddies.
I'm not.
Yeah, good for you.
Oh.
Oh God, I'm so jelly. So jelly.
So, do we got anything?
Say what?
So we got anything for?
I got a list for. I don't know if we're doing a list next week, but I got the next list though. Is top 5 directors who need to do another film.
Oh fuck! I already know what my number 1 is.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like it.
Why? I think I know what it is.
Okay.
I'll just I'll say it after we click off.
Okay.
I don't know why I wouldn't like it. You saying I wouldn't like it makes me not think.
No, I just don't think you care.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, now I'm curious. So now I'm gonna stop this, and we're gonna.
But not before we say some movie line that has to do with the word "suit." That's it.
Here we go.